Lions offense coordinator Ben Johnson staying in Detroit. This is a big deal. Also, this is a massive ordeal. Believes in something that they're building up there in Detroit would be special. Obviously, if they were the coaching staff in the team that was able to bring success to Detroit after decades and decades and decades and decades of failure, that would be something that I think you would want on your resume. That was almost like the selling point for some of these jobs, these coaches' egos. Whenever you go get hired at Cleveland, it's like you could be the coach,
the one
that turns the Cleveland Browns around. You could be the GM that turns it around. And that becomes like a thing that they would like to be able to say in their community. Detroit, obviously one of those, especially with how much MCDC was mocked and ridiculed for being MCDC. If they were the ones that were able to bring success there, resume would be massive. Now, he's already getting head coaching interviews. I assume, just like he's probably assuming, those will come at some point. Doesn't have to be right now, AJ Hawk.
Yeah, or do you think it's possible he also thought, hey, I don't have a great chance of even getting this job? But I would assume he's thinking he's just being super loyal to Dan Campbell and what the Lions have going.
Interesting. Darius, what are your thoughts on that? Do you think it's because he wasn't going to get hired? I didn't even think about that.
After probably Sean Payton, I would have thought he would have probably been one of the most sought-after coaches. It was obviously, just 1 year. But Jared Goff had a great year. This Detroit Lions team, outperformed expectations. When you watch the tape, they look like a well-oiled machine. So I would have been happy if, the Colts, for example, would have hired this guy. But maybe he feels like he's not ready for that. Maybe, and this also does say a lot about MCDC and the kind of the culture he's building over there, not only with the players, but the coaches. Like, you don't just pass up an opportunity to be a head coach to continue to be a coordinator. So I think this says a lot about what they're building over there.
So that's an interesting thing, if he was going to get a job or not. It seems like a guy that owners would want to hire too. Like, remember, whenever an owner signs or hires somebody that's young, they can say that I saw it before.
I changed the game, really. Right. Look, I found this person.
Yeah. Allegedly, the Panthers loved him. So everyone in Detroit's pretty shocked about this.
That's a lot of money down there, and obviously loyalty is something you can't put a price tag on. But I enjoy the fact that that's happening. Oh, go ahead, Connor.
I was just going to say, there's not many 9 and 8 teams that get top 10 picks, and they have that situation where they have 2 in the top 15, right, because of where they finished at 9 and 8 with the Rams pick for this year as well, and
Jameson Williams too.
Yeah, Jameson hasn't even really been used yet. He was the 12th pick last year.
Yeah, didn't get a full season with him.
I love that move. Wink Martindale said that he'll worry about his head coaching opportunities later or something like that. I forget the exact quote, because we've been talking about this last couple of days, and Darius, I'll be excited to get your thoughts on this, because you thought about dabbling in the coaching world. I do not like that D'Amico Ryans had to do 4 fucking head coaching interviews while also preparing for the Dallas Cowboys. Those are the biggest interviews of your life. There's only 32 of those jobs. That's the pinnacle of your profession that you are currently trying to pursue. So having to prepare for that while also having to prepare for why you're even getting an opportunity to do that, they have to fix that.
Yeah, I agree.
You're right? Don't you agree?
Yeah, I agree. I mean, and obviously, this is business, and you got to compartmentalize things. But when you're preparing for a game, especially like this, like you're trying to get you only get so many opportunities where you're in this position to compete for a championship. So I think the system or whatever should be set up to where these guys can focus on that. But there are other guys just floating. Sean Payton's just available. He's out here. Other coaches that may be obviously all the teams that aren't still playing right now are just available. So I think they shouldn't be able to interview either. You should just have a window where everybody can do this at the same time. So it's some sense of fairness.
Is there a coaches union?
I don't think so.
That feels like that would be something that the coaches union would be like, for the good of the
teams want to coach, though. Like, if let's say you end your season in whatever early January, you don't want to have to wait till after the Super Bowl to hire your coach, though. I don't know how you change it.
I think everybody would just have to do it. It would have to just be a thing. Like, this is how.
Actually, you'd keep jobs more often then, wouldn't you? Like, guys would hold their jobs maybe longer if they were thinking about firing. Like, hey, if we fire this dude, we got to wait 2 months, and we don't know if we're going to get who we want in that whole process too.
Yeah.
Because then you only have like a month and a half before the draft.
Your team's just floating out there with no head coach and possibly no GM. Like, what about GMs? Can you hire GMs during that time?
There's a coaches association, and the only member or the only coach who is not a member is Bill Belichick.
Oh, yeah.
Goddamn right.
That's because he's a GM, too.
Yeah. And team
I got to negotiate with those motherfuckers about everything.
Not a chance.
No way. That's why he doesn't do the team photo.
Yeah, and teams are hiring.
Does he do the head coach photo?
He was not in it this last season.
He doesn't do what team photo?
The head
The
coach
coaches
photos.
meeting.
Yeah,
He
where
does-
Andy
never
Reid's
does it?
wearing the
I don't
Tommy
know.
Bahama shirt.
They all look so
He
sweet.
was there
always.
though, so he might be in it.
They all look very comfortable. You know, seems like they're all very pumped to be taking that.
Yeah, Matt Rule front and center. I don't know.
Yeah.
The younger coaches get bullied into standing in the front. It's your first year here. It's fucking terrible. Stand up there.
Yep.
None of us want to be here, dude. All right, we're taking a photo.
They look like kids. It looks like Debo. You got kids. They look like when you try to take pictures with your kids. That's
Yep.
what they look like. All right, we want nothing to do with this.
This one isn't bad, huh? The fountain in the
Yeah,
back.
Their body language. They all look like they're so tight. They're such good.
I think
friends
everybody
with their
just
hands
immediately looks at
different.
Rule. So it
Yeah.
kind of sets the tone because he's just like, why am I here?
Frank looks cool.
Yeah, and behind Rule too. I mean, Artie Smith looks like a corpse. Is he alive?
Oh, Artie's locked in. Artie's
Ron
locked
Rivera
in.
looks sweet.
Is that Hackett?
Yeah, we should have known Rule and Hackett were going to get fired based on what they were what they were wearing in this.
Tomlin looks awesome.
McVay looks really cool. I like McVay. How about McDermott?
McDermott with the glasses on the that's a good look.
McDaniel smiling against him.
Who's back there getting blocked by
Lennon.
right over Shanahan's right shoulder? Who's behind him?
His,
that
who has his
Cliff?
head down?
Eberflus?
Might be. Is
See,
that
I don't
Cliff?
see MCDC
Oh,
in this photo.
Might be Cliff back there.
I think MCDC's behind Vrabel.
Sirianni back.
Cliff's got his
far.
head. Cliff's
Yep.
looking down. You can see.
Yeah.
He's looking down next to O'Connell.
How about Cliff getting top row dead center? Had a baby Cliff.
Dable is burnt to a crisp.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, he's in trouble.
behind Solid. Too.
He's in trouble.
Who's behind Vrabel? It has to be MCDC.
Yeah, he's big. That would have to.
Oh
be.
yeah, back left.
Sirianni, what's he? Well, he's out to lunch over there.
Sirianni just wants to fucking watch some film and compete.
Yeah.
What are we doing? How about Doug Peterson not even knowing at that moment right there? He's like, hey, Frank, wait till you fucking see what I do with the Jaguars. This team's really good. They spent a bunch of money. Frank's like, wait till you see what I do.
With the stinking coats.
All right. Hey, good work this season, all of you.
Hell yeah.
Great year, boys.
Belichick wasn't in there.
No, he was not. He was too busy scheming something up.